I used to give a speech on what farts meant, and I thought it was kind of funny and witty at the time. I was a lot younger, and I had the opportunity to really realize what potential that message could carry, um, even in the past as I was giving it, that I wasn't aware of until recently. But let's first break down a fart. What is a fart? Well, a fart is basically the gaseous byproduct of digesting your food. It's pretty much a natural thing that we all have. A lot of you, know of the term date gut. So if you're on a date and you gotta squeeze one off, kind of hold it in until your gut hurts, and then sneak off somewhere and timidly fart. And there's a lot of implications there. I guess the first thing is, if you ask a physician, it's probably not that healthy to hold in a fart. I think the term is distended gut. You can actually, damage your internals, and you all felt that if you've tried to hold one in for too long and you feel discomfort. And discomfort's kind of a sign that your body's saying, "Hey, you need to get rid of this thing." So, in that sense, it's a very natural thing, and in the biological process, farting is very natural. Somehow we've turned it into a taboo, whether it's through media or the fact that they might smell occasionally. But realistically, it's turned a natural thing into a taboo, something that is not socially acceptable in a lot of circumstances for one reason. And that brings up the idea of compassion, and compassion for others, compassion for life, affection, love, friendship, kinship, fellowship. If you're sitting in church and somebody farts, everybody kind of makes a smell and moves away. Or if you're sitting at a dinner table and you clear the table with one, and that might be kind of reverse. The speech that I gave a long time ago was about how you can really tell your friends if they can fart in front of you. And I think there's a lot of truth to this, especially as I grow older and learn more about life. In that, if you're around people that you care about, and even people you don't care about, I mean, if you just care about people in general, a fart's not going to offend you. It's a natural thing, and as adults, that you know, I guess kind of maintain a little bit of that kid humor, but really have an idea of what how life works, how the body works, how nature works. A fart is completely natural, and should be, for the most part, pretty acceptable, especially if you're around people you know and you're comfortable with, and if you're compassionate around everybody. Um, to to put somebody to shame for farting is kind of almost like putting somebody to shame for having, fingernails or hair or lips or eyebrows or any other physical feature. And, I used to tell my friends, you can really tell, like I said, you're good friends, or you can tell people you love when you can fart in front of them and not get any flack, or, maybe it's a little funny, but it's not something to be ashamed of. And actually, I used to tell people that I couldn't really be affectionate towards others that didn't have the courage to fart in front of me, and I thought it was, like I said, witty and maybe even a little bit facetious as I was stating it. But it's definitely true. If you're in a group of people and you feel comfortable, and your body is making you uncomfortable, and you have the opportunity to relieve that, it should come naturally, and everybody should basically kind of accept that natural part of you. My grandma Gaw, my mom tells me stories about her all the time. She used to get so embarrassed because she had a surgery on her intestine, and she'd cut one loose in the grocery store while they were going through, and blame it on somebody else because she was ashamed of it, and my mom was ashamed to be with her, and so it was it was just an awkward situation for everybody when they all loved each other. and there shouldn't have been any reason for shame or really caring what other people thought about it, because it was going to happen anyways. And I guess it's in some circumstances it can be polite to hold that in, but if it's at the cost of your own health or comfort, and you're around people that should be compassionate towards you and love you, then it should be a completely natural thing to you know cut one loose. Um, but there's like I said, a definite compassionate message in a fart. And I say, fart on your friends. Don't make jokes about it. I mean, I guess make jokes about it if it's funny to everybody, but definitely don't shame your friends for their different bodily functions. It's no different than any other bodily function, like moving a finger. Or somehow it turned into that, but that taboo definitely doesn't hold. And if anybody is around me, feel comfortable to cut one loose, and know that I have compassion for you. Maybe don't crop dust me intentionally, but I definitely understand the human nature and the gracious nature in being able to accept the fart. So what do farts communicate? Farts can communicate a lot of things, but in the comfort, I think fart communicates friendship and kinship and fellowship and compassion in a lot of ways. So take that message and hit it home, and fart around people a little more and feel comfortable about it. And maybe don't shame people for farting. There's a message of compassion in every situation. And I'm glad that I was able to bring this one to light once again.